boys and girls. This is Excel Math Lesson 118 from the 4th grade level. And today we're going to learn how to convert mixed numbers to decimal numbers by setting up equivalent fractions. Up to this point, we have learned how to, I'm going to start actually right down in here. We have learned how to convert mixed numbers, which means a whole number and a fraction, into a decimal as long as the denominator was 10 or 100. Today we're going to learn how to do it when it's not 10 or 100. So this one is easy, right? We've got 2 and 4 tenths, which can be written 2.4, 2 and 4 tenths. This second one, 2 and 17 hundredths, is easy to write as a decimal number because we can write 2.17, 2 and 17 hundredths. These are the exact same thing, and it's just, you just copy the 17 over to there, right? And then here's 2 and 7 hundredths, and you can see how to write that as a decimal. That's a reminder, you've already learned how to do that. Well, if the denominator is not tenths or hundredths, one way to convert a mixed number to a decimal number is to try to set up equivalent fractions. I'm going to do this in, instead of going over it right here, I'm going to write it up here at the top. So follow me up here at the top so you can kind of see how this is done. Well, 2.5, obviously 2 is equal to 2, but how do I change 1/2 into a decimal? I go like this, 1/2 equals something tenths. Oops, I didn't mean to write hundredths. Okay, let's back up on that part. Okay, something tenths. Well, can I multiply 2 times a number to get 10? Yes, I can. 2 times 5 is 10. 1 times 5 is 5, so 1/2 is equal to 5 tenths, so therefore 2.5 is equal to 2.5, 2 and 5 tenths. What happens if, let's move this up here, if you have something like fourths? Can you do it with that? Here's 3 and, let's try that again. Here is 3 and 1/4 right here. Is it possible to set that up with equivalent fractions? Well, what we do, it's already written here, but I'm going to kind of show it to you in real time. I think it's easier. 1/4 is equal to a certain number of tenths. 4 times what is 10? Well, I can't multiply 4 times something to get 10. 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 3 is 12. You see, I skip right over 10. So in that case, I'm going to add another 0 onto there and make it 100 or hundredths. 4 times something is 100. Well, yes, I can multiply 4 times 25 to get 100. So 1 times 25 is 25. So 1/4 equals 25 hundredths. So 3 and 1/4 is 3.25, or 3 and 25 hundredths. All right, now we're going to try some of these. Hopefully you were watching that. If you missed some of it, rewind it, back it up, and watch it again so you can get that into your head before you try some of these hard problems down here. Okay, so number 3, 6 and 1/5. What we're going to do is first everybody write 1/5 right there. Now I want you to draw a line over here. We're going to try to change fifths into either tenths or hundredths. So let's start with tenths first. Put a 10 right there. Can I multiply 5 times a number to get 10? Yes, 5 times 2 is 10. Write that on your paper. So I have to multiply the numerator by the same number. 1 times 2 is 2. So 1/5 is equal to 2 tenths. Therefore, 6 and 1/5 is equal to 6.2. You write that up there next to the equal sign as the answer. Okay, why don't you try number 4 and see if you can get that one right. Pause the video, turn it back on once you have some sort of a solution, okay? All right, so hopefully you gave it your best shot. You should have written 3/50ths down here. And then I write 10 first. Well, 50 times something is 10. I can divide 50 by 5. 50 divided by 5 is 10, but I can't divide 3 by 5, so that's not going to work. So let's put another 0 on there. And 50 times 2, that doesn't look very good. Hopefully yours is neater. 50 times 2 is 100, and so 3 times 2 is equal to 6. So the answer would be 3, and watch out, did you put 3.6? 3.6 is wrong because this is 6 hundredths. Think of it like 6 cents. 3.06. All right, 1 3/4. Oh, go ahead and pause the video. Try number 5. All right, so you should have already done number 5. Written 3/4 right here. Let's start off with tenths. 4 times something is 10? Nope. How about 100? Yep. 4 times 25 is 100, so 3 times 25 is 75. 1.75, 1 75 hundredths. All right, pause the video, do 6, 7, and 8, and then turn it back on when you've done all 3. So on this first one down here, 3/25. Obviously, got to go 25 to 100, right? 25 times 4 is 100. 3 times 4 is 12. And so we have 3.12 as our answer. 12/20. Okay, there's 2 ways to do this one. I can do 20 times 5 is 100, or I can do 20 divided by 2 is 10. All right, either one works. Let's go ahead and do the kind of the more obvious way. 20 times 5 is 100. So we're going to do 12, that's a 12, times 5, which is 60. So the answer is 3.60. And of course, we don't need that 0, so 3.6. Because if I do 20 divided by 2 is 10, I can do 12 divided by 2, which is 6. All right, that's the other way to do that one. And then the last one, 4/5. I can change that into tenths easily because 5 times 2 is 10. 4 times 2 is 8. And so I have 3.8 as my final answer. All right, hope you got that. Have a good